Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Hafizi. Welcome to my show, The Fizi Show. Today we have an invited guest named Fiona. Fiona, come in. Hello Fiona.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great? Yeah, okay.
I'm really honored to be here on your Fizzy show. Yeah.
On my show, I know everybody said that.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
this is going well right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you are one of the famous law, administrative law of whatever they call it, so I have one question for you. Because I have, and actually I have plenty question, but
Yeah.
the first question I want to ask you is, can you explain to me what is legislation?
Legislation is actually the laws that are made by a person or a body that has the power to make law. So in Malaysia, both parliament and the state legislative authorities are known assemblies, as well as yang di-Pertuan Agong possess the authority to actually enact laws in their respective areas. So there are actually three categories of legislative available in Malaysia. So do you know what are them?
Oh, I have heard of these three categories of legislation, which is the Act, Enactment, and Ordinance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
From what I understand about these acts, which is federal law made by the parliament.
yeah.
For example, Contract Act 1950, Companies Act 1965, which is applies throughout the country, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The enactment, which is the state law made by legislative assemblies, which they call it in Sarawak, is ordinance.
Yeah.
Ordinance is what they call it in Sarawak, the enactment.
Yeah.
Okay. The ordinance is a law which is made by the king,
Yeah.
yang di Pertuan Agong.
Yeah, di-Pertuan Agong. Yeah.
Yeah. During the proclamation of emergency when parliament is not sitting concurrently.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What does it mean by judicial precedent?
So before I talk about judicial precedent, I'd like to say the doctrine of judicial precedent or stare decisis is originated from the English legal system. So a precedent is actually a statement of law made by a judge in deciding a case.
Okay.
So the doctrine states that within the hierarchy of the courts, a decision made by a higher court will be binding on the lower courts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know one example of case that is related to this judicial precedent. For example, in the case of Donald with Stevenson, the House of Lords held that a manufacturer owed a duty of care to the ultimate consumer of the product. This set binding precedent, which was followed in Shaw with DPP. The House of Lords held that crime of conspiracy to corrupt public moral existed. Is it correct?
Yeah, that's very true. So this is one of the example of judicial precedent.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, Fiona.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, we have several laws, which two of it is public law and private law. Private law applies to relationship between individuals in a legal system, while public law applies to the relationship between an individual and the government. Subdivision of private law includes civil law, contract law, tort law, family law, company law, and property law. However, subdivision of public law includes constitutional law, administrative law, and criminal law. Do you have any example that can relate with this law?
So yeah, I do have one which can clearly shows the public law and private law difference. So there is one prohibition that is ongoing, which is smoking indoors. It is very prohibited in certain countries. So however, there are
Okay.
people who actually form membership clubs in their places where the agreement between the member and also the property owner
Okay.
is they create a private law which the government has no authority against. Yeah.
Okay.
So covered by this private law, the members are allowed to actually smoke indoors. So they are not really
Okay.
prohibited to smoke anymore, at least indoors.
That is a good example. I clearly understand what you're talking about.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Okay, thank you, Fiona.
Okay.
Okay, Fiona, back to our question. The fourth question of the day, I want to ask you, what is the federal constitution? Can you explain to me what is federal constitution?
So federal constitution is the supreme law of the land,
Supreme law,
which
okay.
is based on Article 4.1 of the federal constitution. It means that any law which is inconsistent with federal constitution is invalid. So Malaysian Parliament, it plays a very, very important role in federal constitution. So as a legislative body, it has the capacity to actually amend or repeal the provisions of the constitution, okay, by way of 2/3 majority of votes for of the both Dewan Rakyat and also Dewan Negara. So that is what is federal constitution in Malaysia is all about. Yeah.
So the most important thing is about the federal constitution. It is the supreme law of the land, right?
Yeah.
Of Malaysia. Okay. Okay. Okay, Fiona. I want to clarify something to you about Islamic law within my own understanding.
Yeah. Sure.
In Malaysia, Islamic law is only applicable to Muslim and administered in the Sharia courts.
Okay. Yeah.
The Sharia court is a state court established by state law, and it has its own hierarchy.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, sure. According to Article 121, 1A of the Federal Constitution, which states that the civil courts shall have no jurisdiction in respect of any matter within the jurisdiction of the Sharia court. This clearly shows that the federal court refused to order the National Registration Department to change the appellant's religion to Christianity and confirmed the decision in the 1999 case of Sun Singh versus the Perkim Kedah that only Sharia courts have jurisdiction to hear cases in which a person renounces Islam, even if this is not explicit in relevant state laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Fiona. I think you have given a good example of Islamic law in Malaysia. So, I think that's it for today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge to us today. And again, thank you for being our special guest.
Sure, no problem. It is my huge honor to be here to share everything with you guys, and also thanks for inviting me over to your show.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you for coming.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Dismiss.